My name is Omelika Kuumba. I am from Brooklyn, New York, and Spelman College brought me to Atlanta. I define my role as a cultural arts educator. And I use African dance, African rhythms, African cultures to tell stories. I began dancing as a child. I did some African dance when I was in elementary school. I went to black school on Saturdays, and we learned fanga, which was my first dance, African dance that I learned. And as an adult, then in high school, I did fanga again. And then after my daughter was born, I decided I wanted to start studying African dance again. She was such a beautiful dancer, and a sister named Wendy Lovelace got funding for a Dance Africa project, and it was 6 weeks of free classes, so I took my little self in there, and here I am, several years later. So, Sister Ramatu Sabat, who is one of our founding members, said that when she spoke with her aunt, who was also a drummer at home, she's from Nigeria, she told her aunt that she was founding a company of women drummers. And her aunt said, oh, well then, and she said that we were founding a company. Well, actually it wasn't even a company, we were getting together. And we were looking for a name. And so her aunt said, well, then you should call yourselves Giwayen Mata, because Giwayen Mata means elephant women. And elephant women were leaders of women's organizations. So since we were pioneering in this field, particularly as women djembe players, we were being those leaders as artists in the community. It feels like I am connecting with part of what makes me, me. I've always been percussive. I used to beat on the desk or play on the desk when I was in elementary school, when the teacher would leave the room. And actually, I didn't know that I was playing. I was playing in my head. But one of my best friends said, yeah, you used to play on the desk too. I was like, oh, wow, I did. So anyway, it just makes me feel like I'm connecting with a part of who I am. And in doing so, I'm of course connecting to my ancestors. I'm connecting to our culture. And it gives me a kind of energy. I remember the first time that I played for my own choreography. It is something that you really feel in your heart that you should do, that is calling you, speaking to you to do it, then do it. And do it to the best of your ability. Learn as much as you can about whatever it is, whether it's drumming, whether it's whatever, because there's so many areas that used to be predominantly male that we have begun to immerse ourselves in, and it's just important when we step into those places to be as good as we can be, to be as strong as we can be, and to be as knowledgeable as we can be so that we can represent what it is that we're trying to do to the best of our abilities and be inspiring. I think one of the reasons why I'm just so honored and touched and excited by this, when the ArtsXchange was in East Atlanta, I went to a few classes in Brother Tete, I think it was Sankofa African Dance Company. They had classes there, and I hope I'm saying the right name. Well, but Brother Tete and Brother Alani and Brother Baba BC, they were there working, and I sat in. I took a couple of the classes with them, and whenever I would go into that building, even if I wasn't going as a student, going into the performances, there's a certain kind of energy, a vibration that exists when you're in an artist space. There's a tingle that you get, and then when you get a chance to see the artist perform, then that's a whole nother level of enthusiasm that I felt being there. And I used to teach and perform in this building when it was a school. And so when I found out that the ArtsXchange was moving here, then that was exciting. It was like, oh wow, it's gonna be in my neighborhood. And just anytime I'm in an artist space, it feels good. Knowing Sister Alice as long as I have has been a blessing. Knowing her daughter has been a blessing. I taught some of her grandchildren, that has been a blessing. Brother Zaki has been a part of my life for a number of years, and many other artists who are here, who have displayed here, or who have performed here have also been a part of my journey. So just having this opportunity to be in the space and seeing it come back is just exciting, because we need spaces like this. We really, really do. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very honored for this again. It feels full circle to know that I have an opportunity to do anything or receive something that is connected to him. Is just a tremendous honor, and I'm so grateful. So thank you very much.